Good afternoon and welcome to today's lunch break with the Rabbi. Just give a moment for some people to get on. Okay. So good afternoon and welcome to today's lunch break with the Rabbi. Today is the 25th of November, Wednesday. It is also today the 9th of Kislev. So before we begin, just to give a little overview with the 9th of Kislev and tomorrow the 10th of Kislev, which are special days on the Chabad calendar. The 9th of Kislev is a time when it is the yahrzeit of the second Chabad Rebbe, Rabbi Dov Ber Shnei Uri. He was the son of the first Chabad Rebbe. Today is not only his yahrzeit, but his yahrzeit and birthday. The second Chabad Rebbe is credited, actually, he was the first Lubavitcher Rebbe, for that matter, because he was the first one to settle in the town of Lubavitch. The second Chabad Rebbe as well was very instrumental in giving thousands of Jews jobs in agriculture. After the Napoleon invasion, and where the Tsar was triumphant over Napoleon with the help of the first Chabad Rebbe, as gratitude, he gave big portions of land to the Mittler Rebbe, the second Chabad Rebbe, which he then gave it to many Jewish people that they should be able to have money to earn a living from agriculture at the time. And one of the places that he gave them was a lot of fields outside the city of Lubavitch, and therefore he was able to help many people that way as well. The second Chabad Rebbe was also very well known for the fact that he educated, his teachings of Hasidism was in a greater level than beyond any comprehension, to the extent that they used to say that if you would cut his hand, not blood will come out, but Hasidism would come out, because he was always saying Hasidism. He said hours and hours long of Hasidic discourses, to the extent that that his followers used to say, or his children also said, that while he was writing the Hasidic discourses, they would quickly have to put another paper underneath, because or else he would write on the desk, because his mind was flowing so quickly of different Hasidic discourses. In volumes and volumes, over 30 volumes of Hasidic discourses fill the shelves of discourses that the second Chabad Rebbe wrote, to the extent that in his later years, when he wasn't feeling well, the only way he got energy or felt better was when he was able to say Hasidic discourses to his followers as well. So today is his yahrzeit and his birthday. He was born on and died on the same day. On that note as well, he had, because of his self-sacrifice for the Jewish people at the time, he was also arrested by the Tsar's government and then eventually released on the day tomorrow, the 10th of Kislev. But unfortunately, he was not able to celebrate that day because he died a day before in its first year anniversary to his celebration of his release, and he died the day before, which is today. So today is the yahrzeit and the birthday of the Mittler Rebbe, the second Chabad Rebbe. So may his soul be a blessing for all of us, as we know that a tzaddik, even in the world above, continues to guide us and watch us and bless us in the world down here. Today we're going to talk about, as we know, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and looking about as Thanksgiving from a Jewish perspective. While we as Americans have many days on the calendar that celebrate many different days to be thankful for. For example, our calendar, we have Veterans Day, where we thank our veterans. We have Memorial Day, where we remember those that were killed in the armed forces. We have Labor Day, remember those people that were industrialists. Washington's birthday, Lincoln's birthday, all the different special days that there are in the American calendar of expressing our appreciation or recognizing the benefits that have been done for this wonderful country. But then we have the day of Thanksgiving. And what is Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is a day which was set aside to thank God for, and enabling us to do everything that we are thankful for. And when we look at the history of this country, especially with the founding fathers of their Bill of Rights and the Constitution, the founding fathers recognized that there's a supreme being. And the only way that this country is able to exist and flourish and thrive is that we recognize that there's a supreme being, and we have Judeo values in part and parcel of this country, which led to the concept that has certain that every single human being is created in the image of God, and therefore has certain unalienable rights which no government can impinge. The strong morals that our country was founded upon, to the extent that we even have it enshrined on the dollar bill, in God we trust, is a reassurance that we as a people recognize that everything that happens in life and every accomplishment that we have to be grateful that it comes from God. But as Jewish citizens, as people of the book, we also have to look into the Torah and see, what does the Torah say about Thanksgiving? What is the Torah's perspective on thanking? And it's interesting, if you look at the Jewish law, and not only that, on the Jewish day, for every single Jew, what's the first thing we do when we wake up in the morning? We say, Moda ani lefanecha, I thank you, God, for waking up this morning, that I'm on top of the ground and not the other way around. Then we continue in our services every single day. There are verses of praise. We go into the Amidah, which we say 3 times a day. And what is there? Modi manachnu lach, I thank God for returning my soul. It's not only thanking God for what we have, thanking God for the food. We have a blessing, we have an obligation that before we eat, we ask permission of God for the food that we ate. And after we finish eating, we thank God for the food that we have. Then we continue. If you look at the blessings that we say in the morning, every single time we go to the bathroom, we thank God that our plumbing system is working properly. So everything that we do in life is filled with thanking God for the regular routine of things. But at the same time, there was a unique mitzvah that we find that was done on the festival of Shavuos. On the festival of Shavuos, every Jew is obligated to bring their first fruit to the Holy Temple, and they would bring it with a lot of fanfare, decorated in a basket, and they would bring it to God, and they would tell God, here are my first fruit. Look what I've accomplished physically with my hands, but they're only thanks to you, Almighty God. And that was an expression of thanks that a Jew did, of showing to God what he has done by bringing these first fruit to the Holy Temple. One may ask, why the need for it? Why the need to set a time to give thanks? If we already every single day, say 3 times a day in the Amidah, we say it every single time we eat, we say it right when we wake up in the morning, why the need to have a special time to give thanks? And the commentaries explain something very interesting, which this goes into the psyche of the individual. Sometimes when we do things so often, we lose meaning of what it really means. Because it becomes so routine of saying thanks, we forget why we're even saying thank you. And therefore, throughout the year and every single day, it's merely words that we say. Thanking God for the food, thanking God for that our body, that our healthy system, that we're doing fine. Once a year, we take that concept of thanks, of thanking God, and we make it concrete. We make it real. And what do? We bring it into action. We just don't thank God for in words, but we take something we earned, we take something we have, and we give it, and we share it, and we bring it to the Holy Temple. To show that our words of thanks are not just merely words, but they also have actions and meaning behind it. So the same is true when we talk about Thanksgiving. From a Torah perspective, it is wonderful for us to say Thanksgiving and thank God. And the way people celebrate it, interesting to note that the word of turkey in Hebrew means hodu, which means thanks. Maybe that's where they got it from. You never know. But the concept of thanks is not that it is just merely being said, but also to take something from within ourselves and reflect and say, am I truly thankful? How am I truly thankful? What am I doing to show my true thanks? And that is to do something in action. It's to take what you're really thankful for and express it and show God how you're thankful. So on this Thanksgiving, while you're showing that you're thankful for what God has given you and for the blessings that we have, and as the Rabbi used to call this country a Medina Shel Chesed, we live in a country of kindness. America, the United States, is the most charitable country in the universe. There are many countries that are doing very well, but America is the one on the forefront of helping and giving to every single person, people on their personal level and on a governmental level. But at the same time, we should remember that celebrating Thanksgiving means not just saying words of thanking God, but also expressing it. And if you want to express your thanks to God, is by helping somebody else. Do something today and tomorrow. Don't just make a meal for yourself. Think about a neighbor that may need help. Think about somebody else that doesn't have the means to celebrate or may not have what to celebrate with. And think about how you can include them. And just calling them up and wishing them a happy Thanksgiving or see how they're doing. Remember that thanking God is not just merely words, but should be brought into action. Just like the Jews did in the time of the temple, bringing the fruits to the holy temple, we must also bring to action our words and say, thank God that we have the ability that we can be the giver, not the receiver. Thank God that we have the ability to live in a country where we have the freedom to practice religion and express our beliefs without any impingement. This is a time where we can truly appreciate who we are, what we are, and the people we are. And the way we truly celebrate is by sharing it with others. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And may every single day be a Thanksgiving day. Showing your appreciation, sharing your appreciation, and expressing your appreciation to the one above. All the best. Wishing you the very best for a wonderful day. God bless you. God willing, hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow at 1 p.m.